with Francois. Today we are doing stuffed peppers. So, as you can see, I've already taken our peppers, cut the tops off, cleaned them out. We're going to put them into our pressure cooker on our trivet when we get started, but of course we have to stuff them first. I am going to go ahead and put my 1 cup of water into the pot that we'll be using to cook with. I've also already cut up my onions for our stuffing. So we're going to get started by, it says the first thing you do is to put your cup of cooked rice into your pot. So, my bowl, excuse me. So I've got my rice in here. Now I'm going to add 1 medium smallish onion to this. But I can't stand to waste anything. So here are the tops of some of my peppers. So I'm putting them into my chopper. I think I'm only going to add the red and the yellow because all the rest of them are your just regular green bell peppers. But the red one was sort of big. So let's see here. Chop it up. Using my handy dandy. There we go. They're all chopped up and nice. Gonna put them here in my bowl. To this, we have several things we're going to add. Meat, you can use either ground beef or ground turkey. Since my recipe has tomato sauce and it has oregano in it, I decided I was going to use Italian-style ground turkey. I'm supposed to use 1/2 pound. This is a whole pound, but I am making a little bit more than what the recipe calls for. You know how the folks here are. So I'm probably using a little over 1/2 pound. So that needs to be crumbled up in our bowl. There's nothing better for mixing this than your hands. Now, if you're one of those, you have a KitchenAid mixer, you can use the dough hook or the paddle attachment, whatever you want to use. All right, now we're going to add 1/2 can of tomato sauce. You know me, I just eyeball. That looks awful good. All right, and I've got my measuring spoons here. Let me move this out of the way. And I've got some Italian-style plain breadcrumbs. We're supposed to use 3 tablespoons. That's a teaspoon. Hold on a minute. All right, got my measure. I'm supposed to use 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs and 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Two teaspoons of paprika. I got a little bit left. teaspoon of salt. It's usually about like that. Let's see how well I did. Did pretty good. And we have some black, a half a teaspoon of black pepper. All right, and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And we need to mix this all together. I'll be back once I've mixed this. Not going to make you sit here and watch me play with this with my hand. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, I've mixed this up. One more ingredient, 1 egg. Mix it up right here on the top. Beat it good, and then I'm just going to squash it on in there. Because now we're going to start filling our peppers. The recipe makes approximately 4, but I tried to get smaller peppers because of the number of employees I have here that will be consuming these. So we're going to start stuffing our peppers with this wonderful filling. And before I put it in the cooker, I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Be back in a minute. All right, there we go. There they sit. Putting them now into the cooker. We're going to put our lid on and lock it. And we're going to cook on high pressure for 9 minutes. Then we will do a quick release. Then we've got 1, well, maybe 2 more steps, and then we will be finished and ready to serve them up. So, be back when they're finished cooking, and we're moving on to the last step. So, stay tuned. All right, we're back, and it's time to release the pressure. And when it finishes releasing, I'm not going to make you stay here while it does that. We'll be back. All right, I've released the pressure. I'm now going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top of each one. Put just a little dollop of tomato sauce on each one. And put the lid back on just for a minute for it to melt the cheese. So when I come back, we are going to plate our peppers. All right, I'm going to plate them now on my platter. Well, I got tongs to do it, but that isn't going to work. So let me get something else. I'll be back. Well, there they are. I'm going to cut one in half because I don't really want a whole one. Oh boy. use my spoon here. That's what it looks like on the inside. Looks awful good. I tell you, I'm going to put just a tad of tomato sauce on mine. You do whatever you want to do. It's your stuffed pepper. Just pepper cuts with a fork. Not only that, it's a plastic fork. Out of this world. So, quick meal, and remember, until next time, let's dig in.